The Atlantic Ocean is a place of immense power and mystery. Its vastness stretches beyond the horizon, a seemingly endless expanse of blue. It is the second largest ocean on our planet, covering approximately 20% of Earth's surface. This vast expanse of water has shaped civilizations and influenced the course of history. From ancient mariners to modern-day cargo ships, the Atlantic has been a crucial artery for trade and exploration. For millennia, its depths have concealed secrets, hiding shipwrecks and unknown species in its dark, mysterious waters. Its currents have carried explorers, traders and warriors across its waves, each journey adding to the rich tapestry of human history. The Atlantic Ocean is a realm of extremes, where calm, serene waters can quickly give way to violent, raging storms. It is home to both tranquil turquoise waters and raging storms, a testament to its dynamic and unpredictable nature. Its depths conceal towering underwater mountains and vast abyssal plains, creating a diverse and complex underwater landscape. The ocean's rich biodiversity is astounding, with coral reefs and schools of fish adding vibrant life to its waters. There are countless species of marine life, from microscopic plankton to giant whales, each playing a vital role in the ocean's ecosystem. The Atlantic's influence extends far beyond its shores, shaping the lives and cultures of coastal communities. Its currents regulate global weather patterns, affecting climates and weather systems around the world. Its fisheries provide sustenance to millions, supporting livelihoods and economies. Its seabed is a source of valuable resources, from minerals to oil, driving industries and economies. The story of the Atlantic Ocean is inextricably intertwined with our own, a narrative of exploration, discovery and human endeavor. It is a story of exploration, trade, conflict and innovation, each chapter adding to the rich history of human interaction with this vast ocean. It is a story that continues to unfold today, as we navigate the challenges and opportunities presented by this vast blue canvas. Welcome to Learning Life Content. Like, share, subscribe and comment. This helps us to grow and motivates us to bring more interesting stories. Let's embark on the Atlantic Ocean, a journey through time. Long before the arrival of European explorers, ancient civilizations navigated the Atlantic's currents. Evidence suggests that intrepid seafarers from Egypt, Phoenicia and Greece ventured into the Atlantic. They sailed beyond the familiar shores of the Mediterranean. The Egyptians, known for their mastery of shipbuilding, explored the Atlantic's eastern fringes. They sailed south along the African coast, establishing trade routes for gold, ivory and slaves. The Phoenicians, skilled merchants and navigators, established trading posts along the Atlantic coast of North Africa and the Iberian Peninsula. The Greeks, with their thirst for knowledge, explored the Atlantic to understand its currents and winds. They ventured north to the British Isles, drawn by tales of tin and other resources. These early voyages were daring feats of seamanship. They demonstrate the enduring human desire to explore the unknown. The 15th century marked a turning point in the history of the Atlantic. It was a time of great exploration and discovery, driven by the ambitions of European powers. European powers, driven by a quest for new trade routes and territories, launched ambitious voyages of discovery. These expeditions were fueled by the desire to find new sources of wealth and to expand their influence across the globe. Portuguese explorers, led by Prince Henry the Navigator, established a sea route around Africa. This monumental achievement allowed them to bypass the overland routes controlled by rival powers. This opened up a new era of trade with the East, bringing spices, silks and other exotic goods to European markets. In 1492, Christopher Columbus, sailing under the Spanish flag, made his historic voyage. He believed he could reach Asia by sailing westward across the Atlantic. He sought a westward route to Asia, hoping to find a faster and more direct path to the riches of the East. Instead, he stumbled upon the Americas, a land previously unknown to Europeans. This momentous discovery reshaped the world, altering the course of history forever. It ushered in an era of European colonialism and global trade as nations scrambled to claim new territories and resources. Other explorers followed in Columbus's wake, each seeking their own fortunes and discoveries. Vasco da Gama reached India by sailing around Africa, opening up a direct sea route to the Indian subcontinent. Ferdinand Magellan's expedition circumnavigated the globe, proving that the world was indeed round and interconnected. These voyages of exploration transformed the Atlantic into a bridge between continents, facilitating unprecedented levels of interaction. This facilitated the exchange of goods, ideas and people on an unprecedented scale, laying the foundations for the modern interconnected world we live in today. The 16th century witnessed the rise of the transatlantic slave trade, a grim and devastating period that reshaped the world. This dark chapter in human history left an indelible mark on the Atlantic, forever altering the lives of millions. European powers, driven by the desire for wealth and resources, established colonies in the Americas. They needed labor to work on their vast plantations, cultivating crops like sugar, tobacco and cotton. This insatiable demand for labor fueled the transatlantic slave trade, creating a brutal and inhumane system. Ships sailed from Europe to Africa, laden with manufactured goods, weapons and alcohol, ready for trade. These goods were exchanged for enslaved Africans, who were captured and sold by local traders. The enslaved Africans were then transported across the Atlantic under horrific conditions, in what became known as the Middle Passage. Upon arrival in the Americas, they were sold into forced labor, often separated from their families and communities. The final leg of the triangular trade saw ships returning to Europe, laden with goods produced by enslaved labor. These ships were filled with sugar, tobacco, cotton and other products cultivated by the toil and suffering of enslaved people. The transatlantic slave trade was a brutal and inhumane system that dehumanized millions. It resulted in the forced migration of millions of Africans, tearing them from their homeland and culture. This tragic history left a legacy of racism and inequality that continues to resonate today, reminding us of the enduring impact of this dark chapter. The Atlantic Ocean has served as both a bridge and a battlefield throughout history. It has connected nations through trade and diplomacy. It has also been the stage for major conflicts. During World War I, the Atlantic became a crucial supply route for the Allied powers. German U-boats prowled the ocean, targeting merchant ships carrying vital supplies to Britain. The Battle of the Atlantic, a protracted naval campaign, raged throughout the war. It highlighted the strategic importance of controlling the sea lanes. World War II once again saw the Atlantic transformed into a battleground. German U-boats, operating with greater sophistication, posed a significant threat to Allied shipping. The Battle of the Atlantic in World War II was even more intense than its predecessor. It involved massive naval engagements and the deployment of new technologies such as radar and sonar. Today, the Atlantic Ocean remains a vital artery of global trade. It is a bustling highway of cargo ships, oil tankers and container vessels. These vessels transport goods and raw materials between continents. The development of containerization in the mid-20th century revolutionized maritime trade. It allowed for the efficient transport of standardized cargo containers. The Atlantic is home to some of the world's busiest shipping lanes. These lanes connect major ports in North America, South America, Europe and Africa. The Panama Canal, completed in 1914, provides a shortcut between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. It significantly reduces travel times and transportation costs. The Suez Canal, opened in 1869, connects the Mediterranean Sea to the Red Sea. This provides another vital link for trade between Europe and Asia. Despite its vastness, the Atlantic Ocean is not immune to the impacts of human activities. Climate change, pollution, overfishing and habitat destruction are taking a toll on the health of this vital ecosystem. Rising sea temperatures driven by climate change are causing coral bleaching, altering fish migration patterns and intensifying storms. Pollution from industrial waste, agricultural runoff, and plastic debris is contaminating the ocean, harming marine life, and entering the food chain. Overfishing, driven by unsustainable fishing practices, is depleting fish stocks, disrupting marine ecosystems, and threatening the livelihoods of coastal communities. Habitat destruction caused by coastal development, oil and gas exploration, and seabed mining is destroying essential habitats for marine species. The challenges facing the Atlantic Ocean are complex and interconnected. They require a global response. International cooperation is essential to address issues such as climate change, overfishing and pollution. Sustainable fishing practices, including catch limits, gear restrictions and marine protected areas, are crucial for ensuring the long-term health of fish stocks. Reducing our reliance on fossil fuels, transitioning to renewable energy sources, and developing sustainable consumption patterns are essential for mitigating climate change. Reducing plastic waste, improving waste management systems, and supporting initiatives to clean up the ocean are crucial for addressing plastic pollution. Protecting marine habitats through the establishment of marine protected areas, sustainable coastal development, and responsible fishing practices is essential for preserving biodiversity. The Atlantic Ocean has been a constant presence throughout human history. It has shaped our civilizations, fueled our economies, and inspired our imaginations. From the ancient mariners who first ventured into its waters to the scientists who study its depths today, humans have always been drawn to the Atlantic's allure. The Atlantic's story is a reminder of our interconnectedness. It is a testament to human ingenuity and resilience. It is also a cautionary tale about the consequences of our actions. As we navigate the challenges of the 21st century, let us remember the lessons of the past. Let us work together to ensure that the Atlantic Ocean continues to thrive for generations to come. The fate of the Atlantic is inextricably linked to our own. By protecting the ocean, we are safeguarding our own future. Thank you for watching Learning Life content. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. This helps us to grow and motivates us to bring more interesting stories.